Hello friends, myself Dr. Taposh Kumar Pal, Assistant Professor, Nopani Institute of Healthcare Studies and Clinical Director, Special Olympic Bharat. Today I am in front of you to teach one more important topic, that is regarding the machine, that's TENS. As a physio on our daily practice, most of the times we used to use this machine. But few of us, we don't know how to decide the parameters of this particular machine. TENS, it denotes transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. For the patients of radiculopathy, we used to use this. So friends, today I will teach you how to decide a TENS machine parameters according to the different types of the TENS. Normally, this TENS is having a 5 types. That's a conventional. The second one is the burst. The third one is the acupuncture type of TENS. The fourth one is the intense TENS, and the fifth one is the modulated TENS. So once more to repeat, there is a 5 types of TENS. Number 1, conventional. Number 2, burst. Number 3, acupuncture type. Number 4, intense TENS. That's sometimes it is also called as a brief intense TENS. And the number 5 is the modulated TENS. But for a machine which is having a manual setup, how to decide the frequency and how to decide the pulse width for each of the machine, by that we can use this TENS machine. As this machine we used to use for different patients like radiculopathy, cervical radiculopathy, lumbar radiculopathy, sciatica for a different condition, and different literatures also proved its efficacy on different aspects of treating any type of patients of pain. Then we need to know it in a detailed way. So our educational setup today will teach you the different parts of the TENS machine and how to decide according to the machine of the different parts or the different types of TENS. Come, let us see how the TENS machine parameters are decided. Come everyone, let's see. So friends, this is the machine in front of you, and we can see there is a different knobs is there. So today I will teach you according to the knobs, what knobs is useful for which one. And this is a dual TENS, and we are having a dual applications. We are having a 2 channel, that is the 4 electrodes we are having. This is one part and this is one part. So first we will decide only this part, so that it is as it is same for this one also. So this is the first knob, and this is the frequency knob. The first knob you can see over here. This is the frequency knob, and you can see the knobs. It starts from the 0 to 250, and this is denotes as a hertz. So this is from 0 hertz to 250 hertz, and you can see the another knob. This is the pulse width knob. So this is the pulse width knob, and these two knob is very important. Again, this pulse width knob, it starts from 20 to 250 mu s. This denotes a pulse width denotes as a mu s. And another knob we can see over here. There's the burst frequency knob over here. This is the burst frequency knob, and this is the intensity knob. This is the intensity knob. So these 3 knobs is very important, and in between we are having one knob to decide which one is the conventional or the continuous mode of the TENS, which is the burst, and which is the polarity alteration, that is the modulated TENS. So when as I told you people, there is a different types of TENS, like a conventional TENS, like a burst TENS. We can decide the time, we will decide the conventional TENS as we will keep this knob in a conventional area. At the same time, we need to decide the frequency and the pulse width. So now you need to remember, whenever you will be treating any patient with a radiculopathy without any type of myotomal pain, that is the time you need to use the conventional TENS, because it works over the segmental inhibition of the pain pathway. So the time we will be treating, the time we will be keeping the electrodes over the nerve roots of the example of the sciatic nerve root or median nerve root over the superficial nerves where it is superficial. That is the time you need to keep the conventional knobs within the frequency range from 100 to 250. So that is the higher frequency. So for the conventional TENS, the frequency is supposed to be higher and the pulse width is supposed to be lower. That means you will keep the frequency knob from 100 to 250, and you will keep the pulse width knob within 20 to 80. So the time I will keep, suppose I kept this as a 150 and I kept this as a 60, and here I kept as a CONT continuous mode, that means the machine is in a conventional TENS, and this type of TENS it is used for the pain of radicular pain or radiculopathy. That is the first part. Now friends, I'll teach you the second one. That's the bar stents, and this type of bar stents we use whenever the patient used to have a muscle spasm, any type of taut band formation, or any type of muscle pain. That is the time we used to use these bar stents. And to remember for these bar stents, the frequency is supposed to be low. Here I will decide the low frequency, and here the pulse beat is supposed to be high. So I kept the frequency as a 20 to 30, within the 20 to 30, and I kept this pulse beat within the 170 to 180. So this is pulse beat. So for burst type of stents, the frequency is supposed to be low and the pulse beat supposed to be high, and at the same time you need to keep the mid knob as a burst area. And also we can decide from the burst stents the burst frequency. This is also important. If you want to have a contraction with a higher frequency, you can keep the burst frequency as 8, but most of the studies it proved that the burst frequency, if you will keep within a 4, that means it is more effective to treat any type of trigger point. So this is burst stents, where it is used as a low frequency, high pulse width, and a burst frequency of within 4 to 8 with its effectiveness to treat any type of muscular pain. Now the third one, it is the acupuncture type of pain. The acupuncture type of pain, it's a where the parameters, it is a high frequency, high pulse width, and here we will decide the intensity knobs. So high frequency and high pulse width, when it is decided, that is the parameter for the acupuncture type of pains. And acupuncture type of pains, whenever the patient is having very localized trigger points, where again extrasegmental inhibition of the pain pathway it works, that is the time we used to use this high frequency, high pulse width as a acupuncture type of pains. So now the fourth one, the brief intense tense. Brief intense tense, it is a tense where it's a type of tense when it is used as a post-surgical scar pain or post-surgical any type of post-surgical pain. That is the time we used to use this a low frequency tense, that's the brief intense tense. For this brief intense tense, normally the parameters is decided like a low frequency, low pulse width, and will increase the intensity according to the patient tolerance. That is the brief intense tense. It is used for any type of post-surgical pain or any pain related to after surgery or any type of suture lines pain. So that is the time this is used as a brief intense tense. And the last one is the modulated tense. Modulated tense, it is used the time we will be treating any type of chronic osteoarthritis patient where the sensation of the patient is lost. That is the time where you no need to decide the frequency knob, you no need to decide the pulse width knob, only thing you need to do the polarity alteration. Modulated tense, normally when it is decided, both the electrodes, that means both from the cathode and anode, the current is to pass, so that the modulation is to happen in the within the current level, so that the patient will not have the adaptation. Why this modulated tense it is used? Because this modulated tense, it is this modulated tense helps to decrease the adaptation. Most of the times, the time we used to treat a chronic osteoarthritis patient, they used to tell after sometimes the pain they are not able to sense the pain, and that is the time we used to use this modulated type of tense. So once this all the knobs are decided, we used to increase the intensity knob, and the time we will increase the intensity knob, this knob it depends upon the patient's own tolerance. That means the patient how much they can tolerate, till that level only will increase the intensity knob. So friends, I think you like this video, and for the next videos we will be making different how the contraction looks like using these tense, and the time we will be deciding the conventional tense, how the where exactly the electrode supposed to be placed, and where exactly is supposed to be placed for the burst tense and the intense tense, and I will on the machine and I will show you. So hopefully you like this video, for this educational video, and in the near future also we will be making so many educational videos. So be with our channel. If you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe this channel, and don't forget to like this video also. Thank you.